I got every single Tyranitar. Every single one. What's up guys, it's the Jarvitar and welcome to the brand new Jarvitar Cards YouTube channel. And I've got something really special to talk about today. I have with me what represents an entire year of hunting and collecting. My favorite Pokemon of all time is Tyranitar, as many of you probably know, and I did it. I got every single Tyranitar card printed in English. Essentially. In this binder that was gifted to me at Card Party by a super awesome person, I have my Tyranitar collection. And I think it's probably a good idea to go through this binder, talk about the cards that are within, and give you guys some of the history and the backstory on the cards themselves, and especially what it took to get them one by one. So I think let's crack this open and give y'all a look. Now, for the sake of showing off all the cards in this video, what I did was I actually took them out of the binder and I put them in a stack, and we'll show them off set by set until we get through all of them. And the crazy thing is, because we're doing a master set of one Pokemon, card values in this binder range all the way from pennies to hundreds of dollars. So I think that there's going to be something cool for you guys to see. But with that, let's get right into it.
All right, so now we transitioned over to my desk. What I want to do is show off these cards, starting with the cards from the first ever set to feature Tyranitar, Neo Discovery. As you can see here, we have a Tyranitar Holo. This is the first edition version, followed by the first edition non-holo, the Unlimited Holo, and the Unlimited non-holo. Now, of these four, the one that I got most recently is actually this first ed holo. I got this in Chicago Collecticon. I cracked it out of a PSA 8. The rest I've picked up along the way. As far as specific vendors that I got them from, I do not remember specifically, but it is so interesting to have four of essentially the same artwork, two of them being holo, two of them being non-holo, but all of them so awesome. Now, the next set to feature Tyranitar is Neo Destiny. Neo Destiny is without a doubt my favorite Neo set, and not just because of all the Tyranitars that are in it. Here we have First Ed Dark Tyranitar. Funny story about this card. My brother Jake, Jarchomp Collectibles, he comes over to me at a card show and he says, "Trey, give me $100 and I'm going to make your wildest dreams come true." So I trust him. I give him $100 and he comes back with this First Ed Dark Tyranitar. He took the $100 and he paid the difference. Shout out Evil Coop. Then we also have the Unlimited Holo, which I picked up. But then we have probably one of the biggest bangers in this entire binder. First Ed Shining Tyranitar. Of all the Tyranitar cards, for most folks, this is the grail. And then we have the unlimited version of that same Shining. Both versions of Shining Tyranitar. Isn't that cool? Next up, we're out of the Neo generation and into some e-readers. We have the four different Tyranitars in Expedition. Here we have the Tyranitar Holo. This is the Holo Reverse. And then for many of you who know, Expedition is a very weird set. It has holos and non-holos that are different cards in the set, but also reverses for those same cards. So for example, this is the non-holo reverse, whereas this one was the holo reverse, and the only way to really tell the difference is in the number on the card art itself, and then the E in the for the e-reader logos will always be different. And then of course we have the non-holo. This non-holo I got from a good friend, Talon, TCG Tengu on Instagram. Next up with e-readers, we've of course got the Aquapolis Tyranitars. The holo is just an insanely gorgeous card. Similar to the Expedition, but I think I do prefer this artwork more. Of course, the reverse holo from Aquapolis, and then the non-holo. Aquapolis does not have reverses for the nons like Expedition did. Funny story about this reverse holo. Both Jake and I needed a reverse holo Tyranitar from Aquapolis. Me for my Tyranitar Master Binder, and him for his Aquapolis Master Set. We hadn't found one in months, and we were racing to see who could find it first. And we found a vendor at a local card show that had 2 copies of the same card, which was insanely lucky for us. Insanely lucky. Now out of Gen 2 and we're into Gen 3, of course, I have to showcase what is my favorite Pokemon card of all time, the Tyranitar EX from Pop Series 1, the Holo. There's a non-holo version with it, but the holo is my favorite card of all time. My oldest brother used to have a copy of this in his childhood binder that I would sneak into his room just to look at. I've since recovered that copy and still have it in my childhood binder. Next up, we have a massive set for Tyranitar. It's EX Team Rocket Returns. In total, there are 5 different cards to showcase from this exact set. We have the Dark Tyranitar 19 of 20, the non-holo version here. This gorgeous reverse stamp Dark Tyranitar 19 of 20. The stamp logo at EX Team Rocket Returns is unbeaten. It is so nice. Team Rocket Returns is one of my favorite sets of all time. We have the non-holo number 20 Dark Tyranitar. I don't like this artwork as much as the other one, but still, it's killer. And then, of course, the reverse stamp. And then this Tyranitar art actually has a deck exclusive variant that is a Cosmos foil, as you can kind of see when it catches the light. Now, this next Tyranitar is the only one in its set. It is the Tyranitar EX from Unseen Forces. This card is just insanely gorgeous. Insanely gorgeous. Following it up, we have EX Delta Species. We have the holo and the reverse holo variant of Delta Tyranitar. It's a fire type. Those who know me know that I love Delta Species. So nostalgic for me. This is what I was ripping growing up as a kid. Now, the last card from the EX era is Tyranitar EX from Dragon Frontiers. And then going into Gen 4 Diamond Pearl era, we have Mysterious Treasures Tyranitar, the holo and the reverse holo. My favorite thing about the Mysterious Treasures Tyranitar is that it's a Fukuda art. And Fukuda, as an artist, is very famous for being the person who did all of the Gold Star cards and has a very unique style. You can kind of see it here. Mysterious Treasures is a gorgeous, gorgeous Tyranitar. Also in Gen 4 is Stormfront. We have 3 different cards from this. We have the non-holo Stormfront Tyranitar, the reverse holo, which probably is my favorite out of the 3, actually. I love the reverse pattern. And then a deck exclusive, a Cosmos foil. You can see it when it catches the light. It doesn't catch it as well as other Cosmos foils do, for sure. Into Heart Gold Soul Silver, we have some very cool Tyranitars. We have HGSS Unleashed. We have non-holo Tyranitar. The reverse holo. This was hard for me to track down, actually. The deck exclusive Cosmos foil, similar to how Stormfront had one. And then, of course, Tyranitar Prime. Oh my gosh. What an insane card. Now, one thing that's very interesting, after HGSS, we have no Tyranitar cards until the XY era. There's not a single Tyranitar card in all of Black and White, which of course makes me sad. But at least the first XY set to have any Tyranitars is an absolute banger. We have Ancient Origins. We have a Tyranitar EX from this set. It's just insanely cool. And of course we have Mega Tyranitar EX, because this is the generation where Megas were first introduced, and Tyranitar of course has a Mega. Now this specific Mega Tyranitar EX card was gifted to me by my brother Jake in 2020. As far as this master set of Tyranitars is concerned, this is the first Tyranitar card that I added to the binder. Then of course we have the Tyranitar EX Full Art, insanely gorgeous card. And then the Mega Tyranitar EX. Now also in X and Y there are several Tyranitar cards in the set Fates Collide. And so here we have a Tyranitar Holo, a Tyranitar reverse holo. I love the reverses from the XY era and how they incorporate the type logo. And we have another Cosmos foil variant. That was as part of a promo. And then we've got some very cool pre-release promos that come with unique artwork for Fates Collide. This Tyranitar here, you can see it's stamped with the Fates Collide set logo. This was a hard one to track down, but much harder than that to track down was this staff variant of the Fates Collide Tyranitar pre-release. This card, funnily enough, is one of the most expensive in the entire binder. It took months and months to find this card. It was only because of Jake that we got it. And that wraps it up with X and Y. So now we have some Sun and Moon cards to take a look at. And the first ones are in the set Celestial Storm. And Celestial Storm is famous for having a lot of very cool art reprints, essentially, of Neo cards. So you can see here that the artwork on the Celestial Storm holo and reverse holo is very similar to the Neo Discovery Tyranitars, the first ones, which is very cool. And the next Tyranitars are definitely some heavy hitters. We've got Tyranitar GX from Lost Thunder, as well as the full art variant. I recently got this card in a PSA 10, which was a huge hunt that I went through. And then the Rainbow Secret Rare Tyranitar GX full art. Now, which do you guys prefer? The normal full arts or the rainbow variants, if rarity was not a factor? Now, there actually are two Tyranitars in Team Up, a holo and a reverse holo. Now, this artwork actually I think is super unique and looks very cool, but yeah, just normal rares. And while Tyranitar having a card in Team Up was cool, well, I mean, it's way cooler when Tyranitar gets its own tag team card, especially here with Mega Sableye. Now, this normal tag team art is so sweet. It's an Arita art, for those who don't know. Many of the tag team normal ultra rares are done by Mitsuhiro Arita. And then, of course, we have the full art variant. Very cool. The secret rare variant, the rainbow. And then the coolest one, easily, the alternate art, Tyranitar Mega Sableye. Gorgeous, gorgeous card. And with that, we are done with Sun and Moon, and we are moving on into Sword and Shield, which had a lot of love for Tyranitar. Starting in Darkness Ablaze, which has a holo Tyranitar, as well as a reverse holo. Sword and Shield is so nostalgic for me, because it was what I was first opening when I came back to the Pokemon card hobby. And then, of course, with Sword and Shield and Tyranitar, you have to mention, which is the best Tyranitar set in a long, long time, is, of course, Battle Styles. Now, Tyranitar got a normal V in Battle Styles, but also a prize pack variant of that Tyranitar V art. Prize packs are very hard to track down. This was a very hard card to get. The Tyranitar V full art, which I have a PSA 10 version here as well. And then the Sleepy Tyranitar alt art from Battle Styles. I ripped 3 booster boxes of Battle Styles trying to pull this card and did not play a single alternate art at all. And that made me give up on pulling this card at all, so I bought the single. Now, the set Fusion Strike also had a Tyranitar V, just the one card though. And then Pokemon Go also had a Tyranitar holo and reverse holo with the Pokemon Go stamp. Very cool. And then Tyranitar closes out the Sword and Shield era with an exclusive Tyranitar V promo that came in a collector box. And then entering the Scarlet and Violet era, the second set in Scarlet and Violet, Paldea Evolved, had a lot of Tyranitars, and then specific Tyranitars that used the art afterwards that came in like different collection boxes. We have Tyranitar holo, the reverse holo. This is the Cosmos holo promo that came in the triple whammy tin. It comes with a Tyranitar, a Pupitar, and a Larvitar. This is the Paldea Evolved Stamped Tyranitar promo that comes in the Prismatic Evolutions Tyranitar Lucario collection box. And then, of course, the Tyranitar Illustration Rare in Paldea Evolved. Just one of the best arts. One of the best arts that Tyranitar has ever gotten. I have a Tyranitar from Paldea Evolved and Battle Styles PSA 10s, and these are sequential. Next up, we have the Tyranitars in Obsidian Flames. Obsidian Flames has Tyranitar on the pack art and on the booster box itself, but there are only 2 Tyranitars that you can really pull from Obsidian Flames. Now, of course, we have the Tyranitar EX half art. We have another prize pack version of that Tyranitar. And then we have a full art version of that Tyranitar. I'm not so stoked that this is all that we got from Obsidian Flames for Tyranitar, just this full art. And I'm not huge on Terastal full arts. Just the light bulb on his head is not doing it for me, you know what I mean? Especially when we have such a great Larvitar illustration rare. Prismatic Evolutions has a couple Tyranitars of its own. Of course, a Tyranitar EX half art, but also from that same Tyranitar Lucario collection box, a stamped version of the Tyranitar EX. Journey Together has some Tyranitar cards as well. We have a normal holo, the reverse holo, and the prize pack version of the Tyranitar holo. Now, I love these cards actually because they are done by Akira Igawa, one of my favorite Pokemon card artists. It's a gorgeous artwork. And then the last set, as far as from the recording of this video, to have any Tyranitar cards in it is Destined Rivals, of course, which has 6 different versions of essentially the same card available to collect. We have the Tyranitar holo, the reverse holo. This is the non-holo deck exclusive. This is the Destined Rivals stamped promo that comes with the build and battle boxes. And this is the staff variant of that same Tyranitar. This was another one that was super hard to track down. Staff promos are always hard to track down. And of course, the Pokemon Center stamped version of that card that was gifted to me by a very good friend. And that is every Tyranitar that is in that binder. Now, there very well could be a couple that I'm missing. I know for a fact that the World Championship versions of the EX Team Rocket Returns Tyranitars, I did not include those. I could have, but I don't like World Championship promos, mostly because the back is different. And I wanted all of these cards to have the same back, even though I only see the fronts. But as far as I know, that is every single English Tyranitar card that the Pokemon Company has ever printed. And it was an insane hunt to try and get them. A lot of them were because of the generosity of my brother Jake. And for the overwhelming majority of them, I wanted to find them at card shows to preserve the thrill of the hunt as opposed to just ordering them online, because, you know, it's more fun like that. But it was an insane hunt. And having a binder like this that has every Tyranitar ever printed in English inside it is an insanely cool piece of my Pokemon card collection. And I'd love to hear in the comments, what are some awesome collecting goals that you guys are working on right now yourselves? And with that, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. The hope is to get weekly videos out on Wednesdays here on this channel, so make sure to subscribe so that you're here for more uploads. If TCG content is your thing, stick around. And if you're also into the Pokemon video games, be sure to follow me on Twitch, where I stream weekly. And for regular updates, Instagram is a great place to follow me too. And with that, I'll see y'all next time. Peace out, Pokemon trainers.